So I already posted this on my website and on my backup page. But anyway, the night of the murders, Rebecca Scofield was trying to get in touch with Jack DeCour. She was having anxiety and control issues because he was not communicating with her. Before he committed the murders, he stole Murphy back. He cared more about Murphy than he did the money. He just felt like money, like the most important thing was Murphy to him. So anyway, so he spent some time in introspection before he committed the crimes to make sure it was something that he wanted to do. Again, getting Murphy back brought emotional satisfaction and fulfillment to him. So the rest of the stuff, he had to think if he really wanted to do it. So he started thinking about what his life was like in his glory days when he was winning, when he was playing tennis and he was winning. And he wondered if life could ever be that good again. And again, with this experience with Rebecca Scofield, she told him that it could be possible for him to play again and for him to win again. So he just sat and thought about it for a while, and he was not answering Rebecca Scofield. She thought he wasn't committing the crimes, so she panics. She goes back to the drawing board and she tries to figure out a solution to the problem. When she went back to the drawing board, she thought, who can I call? She felt like she had multiple options, and one of those options she felt was Brian Kohlberger. She contacts Brian Kohlberger, again, using her book Creative Arts app, sends him a link and sends a coded message as if she needed his expertise, like he was aficionado, and she needed his expertise in the conclusion of it or whatever. So he opens it up and he's reading the messages and he's like, what do you want? Speak directly, speak clear. What do you want? What do you need me to do? And she tells him what to do without telling him who she was. He wanted to know who she was, but she did not tell him who she was. She just said what he would receive if he was to go commit the murders. And in the book it says there will be a girl, and she's describing who he needs to go and murder. So he goes to, but she also tells him not to assume anything when he gets there because Jack DeCour would be there or potentially be there. So when he gets there, Jack DeCour is already committing the crimes. He's not answering Rebecca Scofield because he's literally busy committing the murders. So she was making a mountain out of a molehill for nothing and implementing another solution to a problem that wasn't there. And therefore then they have Kohlberger, who now knows Jack DeCour committed the murders. So Jack DeCour did not want a partner, did not want to share his whatever reward he was going to get for it. So Kohlberger leaves, tells them to forgive each other, leaves. And Jack DeCour continues the crimes as planned. But then after that, they realized they had the issue of Kohlberger. He knows what they did. And so that's why Kohlberger eventually got sent off to the police. You should have known better than to think I would leave. You should have known better than to doubt Ashley. It don't matter if I'm up, matter if I'm down. Either way, I'm gonna be around. You should have known that I would stay by your side. You should have known your girl was gonna ride or die. And it just don't matter if you're rich or poor, out or in. Doing 5 to 10. You should have known better. I would have blew that if I could sing, but y'all should have known better. TikTok had me banned. Regarding the negative commenters, this include the biased news media misquoting me, saying lies, and trying to paint me in a negative light. Personally, I'm not giving them any more of my energy or attention. It used to be fun because it was fresh, and I laughed at it, didn't take it too seriously. But they keep saying the same thing because they lack creativity, they lack spirit. So they don't have the creative mind to say something different. So I'm bored with them. Therefore, I won't be responding. But if you want to respond to them, so be it. I just don't think they're worthy of my energy or yours. Just think about it. These people wait till I post just to say the same thing over and over. It's demonic, and it should be embarrassing. That's why a lot of them have fake pages. They're embarrassed to do it on their own page. About me providing evidence to prove that Rebecca Scofield planned, initiated, executed, and ordered the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students, Part 2. It seems to be an impossible task set before me. They're asking me to provide evidence when I don't have the infrastructure to seek the evidence, even if I know that it's there. However, I now have a legal basis to do so and can use that as a means to gather those resources. However, to be asking me for evidence, that's just ludicrous to me. That's just like asking anybody else in the tip line providing the tips that they requested for evidence of their tip. However, with God, with Christ, all things are possible. So we shall see where this goes. I already know. So you shall see. Somebody asked me about Rebecca Scofield's alibi, part 2. Also, you have to pay attention to what someone doesn't say just as much as you pay attention to what they do say. Rebecca Scofield said that her and her husband were not in town during the murders, that they were in Portland, Oregon. She said she checked out of the hotel they were staying in November 13th and that they had a 5-hour drive back. Now, what it doesn't say is, what time did she get to Portland, Oregon? How did she get to Portland, Oregon? Also, what was her true motive in going to Portland, Oregon in the wee hours of the morning and then coming back the same day? A 5-hour drive. Also, there is the question of whether or not her husband is willing, after he hears everything, to testify in court on her behalf to confirm her alibi. And what parts will he confirm? But y'all know what? It's light at the end of the tunnel because this is showing a pattern of behavior. So Rebecca Scofield and her team wanted to serve me. They wanted to do something to harm me, to silence me, right? So they contact my ex, so offers him money so that he can do something to betray me for money. Like I said, this lady uses her resources. Are y'all not seeing the pattern? When she wanted something bad, when she wanted to silence Kaylee, she wanted something bad to happen to her, she contacted her ex and offered him money so that he could sacrifice her for his financial gain and for his gain of his career. Are we not seeing a pattern of behavior here? It's like obvious at this point. She wanted to silence me. She contacts my ex for money so that he can betray me. She wanted to silence Kaylee. She contacts her ex so he can betray her. Past behavior predicts future behavior.